So I came to the hospital August 27th after having my COVID test on the Sunday and self-isolating until the Wednesday because that was the instructions. I waited for the surgery date. I came in, and there was probably 6 young people at the door dressed in their hazmat suits and saying, okay, you have to sanitize, you have to take the temperature, and it's like, okay, where's your mask? I said, I can't wear one. Well, you can't come in. I said, but I can't wear one. But you can't come in. I was told absolutely under no circumstances was there any exceptions, none. So I turned and left.
I'm Tamara Ugolini with Rebel News here at Northumberland Hills Hospital, also called NHH. And get this, I heard from a woman by the name of Judy Campney who was denied gallbladder surgery because of her inability to wear a mask. Wearing a mask makes Judy feel so nauseous that she vomits. What happened to you here at the hospital, maybe even going back to the initial incident?
Yes, it was before the pandemic started, and I had pains in my stomach, and they did an ultrasound and they said you have gallstones and I'm referring you to a surgeon. I didn't hear again till August, and they gave me an appointment.
Just sorry to interrupt, but just what month was that in?
That I came here?
Yeah,
was
initially.
February.
February.
Yes, I came February, and then I met with the surgeon in August, and I didn't wear a mask going in to see her, and nothing was said, and she gave me, told me about the surgery, and I said okay, and they went, and she said, I'll have my assistant give you a date. She did. She came and she gave me the paperwork I needed, told me I had to do a COVID test, and as I was leaving, I said, oh, by the way, I can't wear a mask. Is that going to be a problem? No, just tell them at the hospital. It's okay. So I came to the hospital August 27th after having my COVID test on the Sunday and self-isolating until the Wednesday because that was the instructions. And
where did you have the COVID test done?
Here.
And did you wear a mask at that time?
No, I put a scarf up just to get in the door because they were really upset. So I put a scarf up and I took it's only 10 steps. So I took the 10 steps, took it off, and they did the test, and I never put it on again. So I waited for the surgery date. I came in, and there was probably 6 young people at the door dressed in their hazmat suits and saying, okay, you have to sanitize, you have to take the temperature, and it's like, okay, where's your mask? I said, I can't wear one. Well, you can't come in. I said, but I can't wear one. But you can't come in. So they called upstairs. They're very young people, so they were just guarding the door, basically. And they called upstairs to the surgical unit, and I was told absolutely under no circumstances was there any exceptions, none. So I turned and left. Now, after having that, I was so humiliated.
And can you comment on all over the last 6 months? So this is going back to February when you were first diagnosed. How did that look for you in the middle of March, knowing that you needed something, some sort of treatment, a surgery? What did that look like for you sort of in March? And then, of course, everything came to a screeching halt. Can you comment on that at all?
Yes, because I was sort of, because I still have symptoms. To this day, I still have symptoms. So from February until the date of the surgery, I was monitoring myself, trying to do everything I could. I was looking up remedies, trying to keep the inflammation down until I could have the surgery. And then I come for the surgery day and I can't have it. Mm-hmm. So now I'm looking at doing alternative medicine, finding a different way, because I truly do not trust our healthcare system and our medical system the way it's being run, because they're not showing any concern for their staff, they're not showing any concern for their patients. So why would I go and let them cut me open and knock me out, and how can I feel safe for them to do that when I know they don't care about me? They obviously do not care about me.
And over the last several months, your quality of life has been affected by these gallstones, and then there was just no compassion, no regard for any of this discomfort or pain that you're in on the morning of what was supposed to be your surgery date.
Mm-hmm. And then they put all that stress on me that I had to leave. And after I left, I felt really bad. I thought, oh no, I don't want to have to go back for an emergency because I just won't go. I just won't go.
So it was a bit of a traumatic experience,
Yes,
you'd say.
because it aggravated what I already had from all of this, and there was no reason for it. None whatsoever. None.
And have you reached out to the hospital at all, or the surgeon that you had? Is there any follow-up? Has anyone tried to show that they care by any account?
I did hear from my surgeon's office on Monday. Her receptionist called and said, well, we don't know what happened, but why didn't you have it? I said, I was told I couldn't. I was denied surgery because I couldn't wear a mask. Oh. And then yesterday the surgeon did call me, and lovely woman, excellent doctor. I've got nothing against her. She's in a system where she's got her hands tied. And unfortunately, it's tied by management. And what are they going to do about it? Nothing. They're going to still continue to do this day after day after day. And how many people have been denied surgery because of this? How many people have died from heart attacks because they couldn't get surgery? So this is not a healthcare system that cares about people. It's not. It's one that does not care about anything but the almighty dollar.
I reached out to the media contact for Northumberland Hills Hospital. Her name is Jennifer Gillard, with specific questions. The first was Campney denied surgery, and if so, why? The second, what is the policy regarding denying treatment to people who are exempt from wearing masks? Further, does hospital policy take precedence over surgeons' advice? And finally, how many people have been denied treatment in the hospital since the mandatory mask policy came into effect? Jennifer thanked me for the opportunity to provide comment and responded with the following message. She said, end quote, NHH is following a universal masking policy across the hospital in light of COVID-19. The need to mask continues to be consistently communicated to all of our patients and visitors, including surgical patients. It is not the intention of the hospital to see any patient denied treatment. We would welcome the opportunity to discuss any particularly situation with the patient directly to better understand why a mask could not be worn and to explore options together that would ensure the protection of both patients and the care team. So this response doesn't actually answer any of the questions asked of the hospital, but apparently the intention isn't to deny people waiting several months for surgeries while the hospital simultaneously denies them surgery, and to the point where the patient is so traumatized and humiliated that they abandon conventional medicine altogether? Is that really what our medicine is coming to? Is this the new normal? With Rebel News in Cobourg, Ontario, I'm Tamara Ugolini. For exclusive content, always covering the other side of the story, please visit rebelnewsplus.com and sign up today. That's rebelnewsplus.com.